Hey there, welcome to Tech Sales Tips, where I share with you strategies and tactics that will help you close more technology sales. Today I want to share with you a very specific tactic around presenting, something that will help you present with more impact, that will make your presentations more memorable to your audience, which is important because obviously that's what they're going to make a buying decision on, and it'll also help you stand out from the crowd and ultimately close more sales. Now, the subject for this particular video is kind of prompted by watching some of the news at lunchtime and seeing a couple of clips of Biden's presentation at the DNC yesterday or last night, whenever it was, depending on whatever time scale you might or time zone you might be in. And it just reminded me of a very important tactic that I teach in a lot of my presentation skills classes. So I have a class called Dominate the Digital Stage for those of you present in the virtual environment, as well as speaking with impact. And there was a particular skill that I learned from a mentor of mine many years ago, who actually used to be in his heyday a speechwriter for the White House, as well as here in the UK for major business individuals, as well as government heads of government. So he knew a thing or two about presenting. And it was just listening to Biden that reminded me of a very particular tactic that I often talk about, and it's the power of three. Now, I'm not just talking about kind of 3 bullet points and kind of structuring 3 key points as part of a presentation. I'm talking about the very specific language that you use. So let me share with you just some snippets that I'll capture from Biden's presentation, just to emphasize the use of this tactic and how important it is. And if it's good enough for the President of the United States, who's trying to obviously make a major impact with the audience, especially after some of the things that have gone on recently, then it's good enough for us in tech sales and our ability to leverage this tactic to make a bigger impression with our audience. So let me go to YouTube and I'll play some snippets of the video and then I'll point out exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so before we start, I just want to emphasize I'm not trying to create or make any political message here, right? I'm just purely focusing on the presentation skills that we see. So just watch this snippet first of all, and then I'll show you some more just to, again, amplify how important this is when making a presentation. So listen up.
Let me ask you, are you ready to vote for freedom? Are you ready to vote for democracy and for America? Let me ask you, are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
Okay, so what he's doing there is repeating the same phrase over and over again. So he's saying, let me ask you. First he uses that, and then he says, are you ready? Are you ready to vote for democracy? Are you ready to vote for freedom? Are you ready to vote for Kamala Harris, etc.? But it's that are you ready, that repetition. So that's the power of 3 parts. I said not so much in the structure, but in the actual language you use. Let me show you another example.
Protecting your freedom. Your freedom to vote. Your freedom to love who you love. And your freedom to choose.
So in this example, again, it's this repetition of just 2 words, your freedom to vote, your freedom to love, and your freedom to choose. So again, let me find another for you.
I love my country more, and we need to preserve our democracy. In 2024, we need you to vote. We need you to keep the Senate. We need you to win back the House of Representatives.
So there we go again, this repetition. We need you. We need you to vote. We need you to keep the Senate. We need you to keep the House of Representatives. But again, it's the we need you, we need you, we need you. You'll notice this all the way through, this just use of 3-part lists of repetition of a particular phrase, because it just anchors. It's just the way the brain works. So I'll give a couple more examples. I'll just run through them and then we'll wrap this up, because I presume you're getting the idea. So 1 second.
Kamala and Tim will protect your freedom. They'll protect your your right to vote. They'll protect your civil rights. And you know.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. You get the idea, as I said. So I just wanted to show you, as I said at the beginning of this video, and remember, no political message intended here whatsoever, but I just wanted to show you just how even the best speech writers in the world actually use this repetition of particular phrases. So if you can do that within your presentations, whether it's about a particular feature, functionality, a particular business benefit or series of benefits, you may say, it's not just about saving money, it's about increasing revenue, increasing customer satisfaction, and increasing something else, as an example. But that repetition of phrases is just very powerful. As I said, it's all to do with the psychology of the way the brain files and stores information. So it just resonates with us. If any of you have ever been on any of my presentation skills courses, you'll know what I'm talking about. So this hopefully will be a good reminder for you. So just as I said, I was watching some of this at lunchtime. I saw the use of this technique, so I thought I'd just skip through the whole presentation and just pick out a few examples. But there's loads in it. It's continuous all the way through, this repetition of phrases, of lists and things in groups of 3. So use it. It makes an impact. It works. Otherwise, you wouldn't have, as I said, some of the most powerful people in the world and some of the best orators. I'm not saying that Biden is, but I'm just saying those who in the past have been, phenomenal speakers like Churchill and Martin Luther King Jr., etc. If you look at the way they construct their presentations and their speeches, again, you'll see this repetition of phrases and why it's so important. So hope you found that useful. My name is Brian Conway. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me, and you found some use in this tech sales tip. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. Bye-bye.